Hello everyone, welcome to XALT Ministries. I'm Wyatt, and today we're going to be looking at One True God by Chapman. The song is going to be quite simple because it's in the key of G. Actually, I haven't done too many key of G songs in a little while. So this one we're going to be doing in key of G. We're also going to be looking at two different strum patterns, one for the verses and one for the chorus and the bridge. So to start off real quick, we're going to have to know what kind of chords we're going to be looking at for this song. We're going to be looking at standard key of G, plus we're going to be adding another A chord. Sorry. So our standard G, we're actually going to go through doing worship chords, worship G chords for that. So we're going to be looking at doing our G5 and our E minor 7, C2, D sus. And then instead of an A minor, we're actually going to do what's called an A sus 9, and that'll just help us keep the tone a little bit similar. So before I get into the very specifics of the chords, let me show you what they are. They're a lot easier than you might seem. Don't let the names fool you. They're very simple chords. So let's go over that and to see how they're formed. Alrighty, so chords for One True God by Chapman. We're going to be doing worship chords for this one. So during this entire part of this video, all your ring finger and your pinky are always going to be resting on strings 1 and 2. Okay? They're never going to leave there. So yeah, your fingers are going to probably get a little sore from this if they're not used to it. The first one we're going to look at is a G, or G5 in this case. And that's going to be a 3-2, open, open, 3-3. What was it? Yeah, 3-2, open, open, 3-3. That's going to be your G. It's called your G5. That's the official name of it. Take these two, go down one apiece, mute the top, gives you your C2, or your C, for your C chord in this case, your C2. And that's going to be a mute 3-2, open 3-3. Okay. Next one we're going to look at actually is going to be the D sus, your D chord for this. Muting top 2 strings. And that's going to be a mute, mute, open 2-3-3. It's called a D sus. Okay. Now for this, we're going to move up to your E minor, which for this one's called E minor 7. No mute on this. And it's an open 2-2. Make sure you get your fingers on there. Open 2-2, open 3-3. And for the last chord we're looking at, our 5th chord is going to be it calls for an A minor, but we're going to be doing an A sus 9. So we're going to take these two and we're going to move them down like how we did from G to C. Move them down one apiece and mute the top. And that's going to give us an A sus 9, which is a mute, open, 2-2-3-3. So that's going to be your 5 chords. We have G5, C2, D sus. Make sure to mute the top 2, and then E minor 7, A sus 9. And that's going to be your 5 chords. I mean, they're not super difficult. Now, if you want to do standard G chords, you can, and that'd be a normal G, a normal C, D, E minor, and A minor. I personally didn't like that tone arrangement. I actually like the worship. Okay, but anyways, that's how to do the chords. Very simple. So let's get back into the to our other part of the video here and see how all this is going to be put together into the song. All right, so now that you have your chords formed, we have your G5, your C2, your E minor 7, your D sus, and then we also showed you that extra, the A sus 9. Okay. So to start off with this, we're going to have to look at which strum pattern we're going to use. Like I said, there's 2 different strum patterns here. The first strum pattern we're going to use is on your screen now. It should be up here. And it's a half measure strum pattern. And it's also a lot simpler. It's going to be 1, 2, and 4 and. So if you want, the best way to figure out a strum pattern or to learn one is to actually mute all your strings. Just put your hand over it and play 1, 2. If you want to learn how to do strum patterns, just do 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, or you can do slower. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then if you want to do the strum pattern, which is 1, 2, and 3, and you have 1, 2, 4. 1, 2, 4. Okay? Now it starts it out because now you're muting your third. So you have 1, 2, and 4 and. 1, 1, 2, and 4, and. It's going to sound a bit like this. Okay, so that's going to be your strum pattern. So let's get to how this is going to be put into the first verse. We're going to start off on the G. In your G, I have the chord sheet attached below, the one that I'm looking at currently right now that I'm going to be using for this. So we're going to start off on the G where it says, goes one voice in the, say, one, you have to get that right. Because the chords are in the correct order or correctly over top of the words. So we're going to start off on the G right on 1. One voice in the dark. The E minor. The E minor, so you have a song that lights up the stars. And then you're going to go to your C or your C2. I'm just going to call them the basics. Like what I call them E minor. The A, I'm going to refer to the A sus as A minor because that's what's on the sheet. If you want to play them in a standard chord formations, that's perfectly fine. I like this tone that goes with this song, so this is the way that I'll be playing these chords. So you have G, one voice in the dark, to your E minor, a song that lights up the stars. C, one breath that gives life. G, one sovereign in power. E minor, who speaks the thunder and fire. C, one Lord, one King. And then to that, I'm going to that A sus9. There is no other. G, that can compare. C, to you, you are. And then we're going into the chorus. So now that we went through the chords, like I said, it's G, E minor, C, G, E minor, C, and then A minor, G, C. They have the last line a little different. So add in the strum pattern, that's what it's going to sound like. One voice in the dark, a song that lights up the stars, one breath that gives life, one sovereign in power, who speaks with thunder and fire. One Lord, one King, there is no other that can compare to you, and you are. Okay, so that's how your first verse is going to go. It's pretty simple. Now here's the only part that I had trouble with. This next strum pattern that we're going to look at for the chorus is a little different than what I'm used to teaching. So in order for you to transition in and out of strum patterns and go between your verses and your choruses might take you a little time. That's okay. It took me a little time as well. So I mean, it took me a little time to go from there is no other that can compare to you, and you are the one alone in greatness. So it took me a little time to get to the, I mean, chord transition's one thing, but strumming transition's a whole thing because you're going off from one routine to a whole nother routine. So real quickly, before I get into it, your strum pattern for the choruses and the bridge is up here now on your screen. This strum pattern is a full measure strum pattern, okay? And like I said, to start off with it, you're going to want to start muted. So you have 1, you skip the 2, so you have 1, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. You can do it however you want to. When you get done, it's going to sound like this. So you have 1, skip the 2, and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and. Okay. When you get when you have the strum pattern down, you get the muscle memory from. I'm just gonna do single strums through the chorus, and then I'll come back into the pattern. So you start off on the G. The one alone in greatness. E minor. The one who never changes. C. Jesus. D. You are. Back to the G again. The one who rose in power. E minor. The one who reigns forever. C. Jesus. D. the one true, and then God ends on the G. And then you also have an E minor and a C that's kind of an intermittent and when you go to your next verse, which I'll show you here in a minute. So we're going to start, I'm going to come off of the verse and transition to the new strum pattern and go right into the chorus, okay? So I have, there is no other that can compare to you, and you are the one alone in greatness, the one who never changes. Jesus, you are the one who rose in power, the one who reigns forever. Jesus, the one true God. Okay, and that's kind of how it goes. Now, when you get into the second verse, you can do one of two things. You can either go back to the original strum pattern for verse 1, or you can keep your strum pattern from the chorus. It's up to you and how you want to play the song. If we go back into like the normal strum pattern we have for the next verse, we're gonna have the same exact chords and everything. So I'm just gonna go right through it and then go right through the chorus again. And then when we go to the bridge, then I'm gonna show you how to do the bridge. Because the bridge is a little weird how it's put together because the chords are not till like the last 3/4 of the actual line of each line of the stanza that you're playing. So it's gonna be a little different. So I'm gonna go right from the chorus into the verse. I'm gonna do both different strum patterns so you can see which way you want to do it. So we got Jesus. There we go. Jesus, the one true God. Goes one man. Yeah, okay. I can't do that other one because the verses are so much slower than the chorus. I'm just gonna go back to the original strum pattern. So we go from your E, C, and back to the G. One man on the cross, one light of the world. So when we come off the next chorus, the next chorus 2 technically has a little bit of extra, not a whole lot. If you follow with the chord sheet, you'll see where I'm going with it. Now into the bridge. The bridge is where it gets a little interesting because you don't do the chords at the first part of the sentence, or even in the middle. It's almost always at the end, and usually at the end it's a little easier because sometimes you can think in your head that the chords actually come to the beginning of the next verse, and you'll sometimes get it right because they're about the same spot. These ones are like 3/4 of the way through, so you can't exactly do that. So when we come off of the chorus, we come from a C. You're the one true God, and then you have that D. Okay, when you hit that D, very shortly after that is where you're actually going to start going into the lyrics. So we have, and we have seen the glory. Once you actually hit that first chord in the bridge, the rest of it should be able to come quite easily if you keep within the rhythm. The only difference is where it hits the E minor D because it does like a half and half chord, which I'll show here in a minute. So we have come off the D, and we have seen the glory. So we go to start with a C in the bridge. We have seen the glory of, to the G, the one and only Son of God. Yes, we have seen, back to C, the glory of, and go to E minor, the one and only Son, and then you're going to go to a G, or sorry, to a D, of God. And we have seen, back to C, the glory of, the one and only G, Son of God. Yes, we have seen, glory, C, glory of, the one and only E minor, Son of God, D. You are, and then it goes back to the chorus. So let me show you how we're going to go through the bridge. I'm going to come right out of the chorus and go right into the bridge. I'm going to start at Jesus. Jesus, you're the one true God. You're the one true God. We have seen the glory of the one and only Son of God. Yes, we have seen the glory of the one and only Son of God. And we have seen the glory of the one and only Son of God. Yes, we have seen the glory of the one and only Son of God. You are the one alone in greatness, the one who never changes. Jesus, you are the one alone in greatness, the one who changes. Jesus, you are the one who rose in power, the one who reigns forever. Jesus, the one true God, the one true God. You are the one true God. And then you end on the G. I just went through the rest of the chorus and where it was at. I had a little hiccups in there. That's okay. Once again, thank you very much for watching. We have 2 different strum patterns. Try and learn those. Get them in your muscle memory and everything. And then go through your chords and everything. If you want to use standard G, like your G, D, C, and E minor, that's fine. Or if you want to use the worship chords like how I was doing. Once again, thank you very much for watching. Subscribe. I'll have more videos coming up. And have a blessed day.